Okay, so as we continue to watch the preparations and then loading these astronauts into the Orion capsule, can you help us explain? It's obviously not like a seatbelt that they can simply detach themselves from. So what are some of the preps that are being done? We know that they obviously can't move. So this is going to seem like a very trivial thing, but if they had to like watch their water intake for these last few hours.
You're wearing a diaper, okay? Believe it or not, and you're very unusual if you don't use your diaper, because you're not sitting down, you're laying on your back for what time is it now? They're going to be laying on their backs for the next almost 4 hours, and that takes practice. You know, nobody wants to pee on themselves, and so you have to. I actually remember laying up in my bed at home with a diaper on, making sure that I knew how to do that thing so that I wouldn't damage my bladder or something. But the other kinds of things they're going to be looking at, you know, you were asking, what do they do? You know, it's a 9-day mission. Physical conditioning is really important. So they actually have, I understand, a small piece of exercise apparatus in the cabin with them. It's not a big cabin, but it's large enough for them to get out of their seats, and somebody goes back one at a time, gets on the exercise gear and does a workout. So they're evaluating the exercise equipment. Is that going to be good enough, or do we need to go to something that's more like a rowing machine or a bicycle ergometer? So they're going to be evaluating that. We did not have a life support system on Orion when we flew it, however many years ago, when it went on its first mission around the moon. So this will be the first time that we're able to actually evaluate whether the life support system is going to work correctly. You were absolutely right to ask the question about the toilet. You're too young, but those of us who were around for shuttle will remember we went quite a few shuttle flights before we got the toilet to work right. It's a challenge, you know, because you're trying to overcome the absence of gravity. You're trying to create your own gravity with a small fan in the bottom that acts like a vacuum cleaner and draws the solid matter and the urine away from you and puts them in little tanks so that you can keep them and bring them back. So they have a lot of human nature kind of things that they need to evaluate, and it'll take time.
I mean, not all heroes wear capes. The fact that all these astronauts before had to do that trial and error and figure out what doesn't work and the consequences of that.
I didn't say everybody does, but I did. I wanted, you know, like I said, I'm a nervous ninny, so I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't mess anything up. You know, having had my own kids and watch what happens when the diaper spills over, I did not want that to happen.